this is a little alternative for the hand placement. If you have been practicing your peacock pose or elbow levers and you feel that the hand placement flat on the floor is just too much for your wrists while you're still strengthening them, then this little alternative still gives you time and enjoyment in playing with your elbow lever, getting better at your elbow lever, peacock pose, which in turn allows you to strengthen your entire body because it's such a cool skill. It's also very visually appealing, and it doesn't have to be that hard. You just have to work on the basics. The basics transfer into the more advanced. So if you're working on progressions, make sure that you start at your level, own that level, get really good at it, and then you can progress forwards. So I'm going to go through a few levels, and the first couple of things that I want to speak about first is, placement. So where are you going to place your hands? Where are you going to place your elbows? What are you going to do with your body? Let me show you the elbow lever first. And I'm going to work on the double arm lever for this video, but I'm also going to make a video for the single arm lever as well. So this is specifics on the double arm lever, and I'll let you see what it looks like. Okay, so specifics. Where do I put my elbows? Right, take your arms, take them by your sides, bend your elbows, pull them in as tight as you can to your body, take your legs out, place your hands down. That's roughly the position of where your elbows will be. Now you'll know if they're in the right position because you'll feel sturdy. You won't feel as if you're taking out your intestines. You should be able to engage your core, so engage your abdomen, to actually push against your elbows so that you've got a solid base in which you can push from. So if we're thinking of push, we're thinking of a two-way push. As my hands are on the surface, whether it's the ground or whether it's on something higher, I'm pushing the ground away the whole time. The pushing the ground away the whole time, or whatever the object is, keeps my shoulder in a safe position as well. We don't want the shoulders to be sinking forward into an unsafe and unstable and unstrong, is that a word, position. So we're constantly pushing whatever it is away, and we're also engaging our core so that we can push against our elbows. Now that's how we create that lever. And why I commonly refer to it as an elbow lever is our forearm is the lever on whatever it is we're balancing on. Our body at the top, upper body, lower body, elbow, lever, is what we're levering against. So the balancing point is going to be the hand, the feedback through the hand on whatever object it is, whether it's the floor or something higher, and the body on the top is going to be levering. Now, different body proportions change this, of course. Like if you have a bigger butt, you're going to have to lean your upper body a bit more forwards. So you're going to take the weight through the front of your shoulders, the front of your chest, and you're going to be stabilising through your upper back. So making sure that this is all this big, strong shelf of power, all the way through the arms, all the way through the chest, all the way through the upper back. I will link my shelf of power video next to this as well, so that you know what I'm really talking about when I talk about the shelf of power. But it's a setup. If you set up strong, you'll have all this energy transfer through your upper body that allows you to spend time in the position that you want to be spending time in. Now, when we're choosing something to balance on, it's got to be something that isn't going to slide, isn't going to be unsafe. I've got a weight plate because I like the way that it allows my hand to go over and round. So it takes away a lot of that strain of a flat hand on the ground. I can grip onto the weight plate and I can squeeze it, so I've got a bit of grip balance as well. I've used yoga blocks, the sides of a table, handstand blocks, as long as it isn't going to flip over on you or cause you any, fear, because fear will also take away some of the progress if you're worried about what your equipment's, if it's going to let you down. Another good tip is place a pillow in front. Just give yourself, a safety bail, so that if you don't manage to feel the balance or you don't manage to feel where the placement is and your upper body goes a bit too far forwards, you've got a cushion to cushion your fall. So with all that said, we've got the elbow placement. We understand how we're going to push the floor away. We understand how we're going to brace the abdomen. So we'll get on to the specific surface that we're balancing on. And this is where you'll have to figure out where your balance point is for you. So you find your sweet spot, arms by your sides, bend the elbows, bring them in as tight as you can, and then place them on whatever object it is. When you place them on the object, try and lean yourself forward slightly so that you can place the elbows in that bit. Then just push down into the object, brace your core. You should be able to get a little bit of feeling of how the weight starts to come into the arms more than leading forwards into the front of your body. So if you're not really pushing whatever it is away, you'll tend to do this and you'll go forwards. So always think of, and this will happen at the start anyway, but it's trying to feel what's going on. So that awareness is key. Where am I feeling the strength? Where do I need to put the strength? Where am I feeling weak? Where do I have to build strength? And you know, the best way to progress in the elbow lever is actually just holding in position. So isometric holds that build strength. So your first position, if that's uncomfortable, that's where you're going to be. That's where you're going to spend time practicing, hanging out in that area and building up the strength required to progress further along. So your first progression is just going to be place weight through the elbows, engage the core, push the floor away, try and lift your butt. That's the first one. Try and not let yourself go too far forwards. And the way to do that, like I said, is think of lifting the chest up. This is such a great exercise for the entire body. You're going to feel it everywhere. When you start to extend your legs, you're going to feel it all the way down your spine as well. It's a really great exercise to progress different skills as well as this skill itself. So anyway, I digress. So that's step one, holding in positions like that. Step two is literally just getting the butt a little bit more higher. So engaging your butt cheeks, engaging your butt muscles for butt strength. Position, think of pushing away, lift the butt up. You're going to hold in that position. Now, if you notice, my forearms aren't exactly vertical because I've got more weight behind me than I do in front. It's my body proportions. So you're going to have to build up all the strength through the front of your body. So your chest, the front of your shoulders, that pushing strength. Such a great way to do that as well. When you're in that position and it feels comfortable, spend some time, 5-second holds, 10-second holds, that sort of stuff. Third progression is literally just extending. Over time, you'll be able to extend a little bit, then you'll bring your feet back in, and you'll start to feel the balance where your feet are, and then eventually, you'll start to extend out. Don't put a time frame on something like this. You will progress faster if you focus on the basics and you make sure that you can feel the basics, so you can feel how your body is loading, so pushing the floor away and the core engagement pushing against. You'll progress much faster with awareness and not rushing to get to the next progression, because what I commonly see is people going from the first progression to really start to extend their legs too fast. Their chest goes down, their legs start to come in and out and come in and out, and it's just because they've missed a couple of steps of being able to really feel what's going on. And if you can feel what's going on, you can connect to the areas that you need to strengthen. So if any of those parts are missing, it just becomes really annoying for yourself because you can't get the skill that you want to get to. So, suck it up, go back, do the isometric holds in those regressive ranges, and then you'll progress a lot faster. So the last one is elbows in, engage the core, push the chest up, so you're lifting your chest up, lift the butt, and then start to extend it. I'm holding, so I'm pushing my chest up the whole time. I'm using my butt muscles to really extend my legs out. Over time, when you become stronger, your legs will start to be able to come in and you'll have that straight lever. But the main points are find your sweet spot, keep your shoulders in a good position, so make sure you're pushing whatever it is away. Make sure that the item is safe that you're pushing against. The safety of the shoulders requires that pushing the floor away, so you're not here and then the shoulders are rolling forwards. Lifting the chest up, engaging that entire musculature, and then incrementally over time, work on your isometric holds in those progressive positions elbow lever will come sooner than you think. You'll also work on tremendous core strength, arm strength, chest, shoulders, spine, butt, legs. Such a good skill.